Hi. Put that down. For now. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. It has been a hell of a week for me. I actually took the week off work to restore my fucking kitchen cabinets because they're absolutely disgusting. And then when I started to try and clean, the chemicals started peeling off the thick white paint that landlords love to use. So I had to spend my week like stripping the cabinets. But I finished yesterday with the top cabinets. Well, I didn't finish because like the outsides are still not like I didn't do anything to them, so it's like patchy, but it's yellow and it's like a pretty yellow, which I'm excited about. I got a shelf. This was I think I said last week that this was gonna be my laundry shelf, but after cleaning out some of the cabinets, and I still haven't done the lower cabinets, but those aren't like painted, they're just wood, so it won't take as long. But there's so much space that I don't need like a laundry shelf. So I got this one, and I really like it. I thought it was going to take me some time, so I was going to set it up on stream, but I was like, let me just open the package and, you know, see how much this is going to be. And it literally took 2 minutes because there's a latch on this shelf on the very back, and then there's a latch at the top. So you just undo the latch at the top, and that folds over, and then undo the latch at the back, and it squishes up, and that's it. So it'll be great when I'm like going to move again. So I'm probably going to get at least one more, probably two of these before they go off sale. I really like them. And it's not like I obviously wasn't sponsored or anything. They're just awesome and lightweight. And actually they come with wheels and like standard like flat feet. And I just put the flat feet on, but the wheels I put in the closet for now. I got a shelf, so I want at least one more behind me so I can have one on each side. And then, which reminds me, I did not change the lights. And I got a second camera set up, so when I switch to the game screen, it's different. So I don't always have to have, like, the black bars on the sides from cropping the camera. It's funny, every time I open my, I kind of see it, every time I open my app that controls, like, my Wi-Fi lights, it offers to attach to somebody's pet feeder. And I'm kind of tempted to like attach to it, just set the pet feeder off randomly. Make him think the apartment's haunted. The temptation is real. But I have to do my grocery shopping real quick on Instacart, and then once I get that ordered, I'm gonna decide what I'm actually gonna do today, because I went into the sale that I've been talking about for Resident Evil, and I got a pack for, I think it was like $15. I got Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, and Resident Evil Revelations, I believe, which I think is the Dead by Daylight style game that I haven't seen anybody play, but like but Yoni, I think he played it once like years ago. No, it's Resident Evil Resistance. That's what it is. So I have Resident Evil 2 installed, so we can do that, or we can do observation duty. So whatever I don't do today, I'll do tomorrow, but since they're both like kind of spooky, scary games, I couldn't decide which one to do for Thursday. So we'll see how that goes. I'm so tempted to to connect to that pet feeder. What colors are we doing for Thursday? Is it green? You guys can't really see it. We can do pink, you can kind of see it. I don't know how, like, pink it looks, because, like, on my monitor, it doesn't look that pink, but, like, my shirt is definitely pink, and it's the same color as the shelf. And it's the same color as the curtain, which you can't see. It all matches, and I am so excited. And I woke up this morning, even though I finished the cabinets last night, I finished them kind of early. I was just sitting in my kitchen on the counter, because I have a massive fucking counter for one person. And I was just sitting on the counter and, you know, watching TikToks or whatever, vibing. But I didn't feel like that, I guess, accomplished. That really made it pink. super pink in here. I think I was doing green for observation duty. I didn't feel that accomplished because everything was still messy, even though I got all the stuff up into the cabinets. And I deep cleaned the front of the cabinets, which took off the majority of the rest. The issue is because of the paint thinner, I use Citrus Strip, and there is fucking paint everywhere. Paint chips everywhere. And that didn't make it less pink in here. I need to turn on my ring light real quick. So the chemical, like the chemicals that I was using to clean, because I had to get TSP, which cleans up nicotine, was peeling off the paint and chips, and the chips were sticking to everything, which is really fucking annoying. But so I was like, okay, I'll just get, you know, a paint stripper that I can use inside. So I got the Citrus Strip to start painting, or to start stripping inside, and it didn't strip the paint, it just turned it into a disgusting, horrible goo that sticks to everything and paints everything that it touches. So like my house shoes are ruined, my walking shoes are almost definitely ruined. I have multiple pairs of shorts. Well, I wore boxers because I didn't want to like actually ruin my clothes. And I think one pair of the boxers at least is destroyed. And there's paint on my floor that I have to figure out how to get up. And like, I bought a tarp because like a drop cloth that you throw away was like 7 something, but a tarp was like 8 something. And I'm like, okay, I'll just pay the $8 and then I'll get to use the tarp again. Fuck no, I am not cleaning that fucking thing. I balled it up today and threw it in a trash bag, so it's gonna go out. And I also have like, I have an old sheet that I usually use for like when I paint, because like I'm an acrylic painter. And I usually put that on the floor when I paint or like do some kind of art project. And I think that's going in the trash too, because it has fucking paint chips all over it, and I don't want to like sit there and shake it out and everything. So I'm just gonna have to get another one of those. But after I cleaned up that and I swept up the paint chips again, which I've done every day, and I started putting some stuff away into like the shelves that I cleared out, it started to feel a lot better in here. And then when I opened the shelf and was able to put some stuff, I was able to unpack one of my boxes. So I can put the stuff on the shelf. It was really nice. So I'm feeling a lot more positive about the space today than I was last night, even though I didn't do anything but tidy. I have cucumbers again because I didn't realize I was out of my breakfast. So I for sure need to handle that. I'm thinking since I don't need much for dinners this week, I might get another pizza. That pizza was really good. Yeah, so I'm feeling a lot better about my space. I'm still fighting with the people for my insurance, but I'm not too worried about it. Let me just see what's on the paper because it's got some information on it, because I had to get like a lawyer for it and everything. It's a big deal. You gonna be made of cucumber? Surprisingly, no. But I will say the first day that I was cleaning the paint and stuff, I did smell a little bit like celery. My sweat did, because I ate all that celery on stream. But I haven't had a cucumber since last week. Oh, that's another thing I need to grab. So I'm doing my shopping real quick. Is it really pink, or is it just me? Because once I turned the lights pink, it got really pink in here, and then I turned them to green, and the pink didn't go away. So. Need oil. Almost out of oil. So yeah, the paint has just been a sticky fucking mess, but the white paint is mostly gone, so I won't have to deal with that again. What do I need? Oil. It's been a really long time. My fortress begins. I shall gain celery powers. One of the standard, like, size. The 48 ounces. That's for my eggs. The last door for the cabinets is gonna need to be peeled. But I'll do that. There's fucking paint chips on my desk! See that? It's a paint chip! They're everywhere. I need sugar. Banana teriyaki. Cauliflower. Oh, snack veggies. Which I think I did already put on the list. More celery sticks. Sweet potatoes. Eggs. Lettuce for the cat. Berries. There's another snack veggie. Oil. I have slime of granola. I think that's all, unless I want something. I don't know. Yeah, so I bought the Resident Evil pack. So I have Resident Evil 2, 3, and Resistance, which I probably won't play because that's the, I think that's the Dead by Daylight one. And then I have Observation Duty. So one of them I'll play on Thursdays and one of them I'll play on Fridays. So I'm deciding what I want. Gluten-free meatballs. And I was literally like, because I haven't let myself hyper focus in a long time on something. When I like hyper focus on something, like basically everything else gets abandoned in my brain. So like remembering to, you know, do simple things like brush my teeth and eat, it just doesn't happen. Sometimes even going to the bathroom, I'll like wait way too long because I can't break my focus. But when I'm like in the hyper focus, it feels like kind of like a meditative state. And it really helps me like process things because my mind is just blank pretty much. It's pretty much just only thinking about what's in front of me. So I can like process some emotions and I don't know, work through some stuff. It's like when normal people meditate. That's what it feels like. But it's just, I have like no sense of time. I have no sense of other responsibilities, anything like that. And I rarely let myself do it because I think that's all. I really let myself do it because it messes up my sleep schedule. It derails like everything, all of my other responsibilities. I stayed pretty good on my responsibilities this week and making myself do the things that I need to do, like brush my teeth every day. But I don't really eat, and I haven't really eaten in the last week very much. I would have my berry bowls once a day because those are simple things that I can whip together because I cannot take a break and cook food. And then at the end of the day, I was making myself, because I got these sweet potatoes on sale I think it was when I got the pumpkin. And it sounded really good. So I just was making baked sweet potatoes and I just put a little bit of butter on them when they come out, and they are so fucking good. So at the end of my nights, I would have a couple sweet potatoes. But in the meantime, if I needed extra fuel and was starting to feel like tired or whatever, I was digging into the ice cream. So I have eaten way too much ice cream in the past week that I did not need to. I did need to. That's a lie. I needed the fuel. And I wasn't gonna stop and make myself fucking rice or something. It's not gonna work. And then if there's extras, I'm not gonna remember to put them away, and I'm gonna waste food because it's gonna go bad. And like, honestly, I haven't thought really about it very much, the extra hyper focus, but I saw a creator I follow talk about it and how being in a state of hyper focus can be so disabling. Because it's always like not always, but overall, it's a positive experience for me because the results are usually nice. Like, last thing I think I hyper-focused on was, like, video editing or something, where I edit for, like, 12 hours. I don't get up from my chair. I can't focus on anything else. Like, I can't work or do anything. So I took the week off of work to do this. And, like... Oh, it's just water. I thought it was something metal on my plate. I was like, why is there metal in my cucumber? Yeah, so I never thought about it as disabling until I saw that. And then I was like, you know, I haven't done that in a while. I haven't gone in a hyper focus for something in a long time because I've been forcing myself to stay in my regiment and show up to work and everything consistently. But because I've done that, and because I've given myself like a couple months of consistency and stability, I was able to take a week off of work to fix my cabinets and get my house feeling a lot more comfortable. So I'm happy about that, and I'm happy that I was able to do my hyper focus, get my project done. And it's only because I'm medicated that I was able to control what the hyperfocus was. If I wasn't medicated, it would have spiraled really quickly because you start with the kitchen cabinets and then you think about, oh, this other thing needs to be done. Like, oh, the closet needs to be cleaned too. While I have, you know, the chemical mixed in the bucket, I may as well like clean out the closet and, you know, scrub that too. So it ends up like everything's out of the closet in the middle of the floor. And then I don't get to finish both projects because I'm trying to do two things at the same time. And it just becomes a mess. So I'm glad that I'm in the mind state where I just focused on the kitchen cabinets. That's the only thing I focused on. And I got them done. as done as they're going to be for now. I'm probably going to have to like paint them or cover them with something, but the inside of the cabinets are wrapped. So it's peel and stick wallpaper. It's not contact paper, it's wallpaper, but I'm glad I went with the wallpaper because it's a little thicker and holds up better. I'm just happy about all of that. I wasn't as happy last night because, like I said, everything was still a mess. And I didn't feel like I had made much progress, even though I did get the cabinets done and I got all this stuff out of the living room that's supposed to be in the kitchen. Because, like, behind me, where, like, Rose pillow is and everything, there was all of my kitchen appliances, like my blender, my rice cooker, like, all of it was lined up behind me. And I don't think you could see it on camera, but it was, like, it feels very cluttered, and you know, it's very difficult to focus on work and stuff when you're in such a cluttered environment, especially when you have, like they said, inattentive, like ADHD, because it's like I want to sit down and work and I have a deadline, but then it's like, oh, the blender needs to be put away, which means the cabinet needs to be cleaned to put the blender away, and then I'm off on another fucking journey and I can't get to the thing that I need to do, which is sit down at my computer and work. So getting all of that out and being able to unpack, I unpacked a couple boxes in the living room that have not been unpacked yet, because it was like my, you can't see it, it's at the very top, my my Winnie the Pooh cookie jar and a couple decorative items and stuff. I didn't unpack them, I just left the box in the living room because I don't have anywhere to put anything. So being able to unpack boxes felt really nice today, and I got a bunch of trash out of the apartment. It's just been a lot, but I am extremely lucky and extremely proud of myself that I have put in the extra work recently so I could have the stability to take the time off and not panic every single day. Like, I have enough of a cushion and everything that I know I'll be able to pay my bills, you know, through December and through January even. So I'm like, I can take a couple days off and have a good hyper focus for myself and just allow that to happen. So I did. The bottom kitchen cabinets are not done, but they're just wood ones, so they just need like a good scrub and they'll be okay. The paint won't peel off of them because there is no paint. So I got a bin for my fidgets, so I'm not just playing with stuff around my desk. Pretty sure I got all the groceries that I need. Yeah. It's been a week. But I haven't even been at my computer. I have not logged into my computer for a week because I was like not letting myself get distracted. I logged in once to check something. Well, I logged in once to do the insurance stuff, but then I logged in a second time and I ended up getting paint on my fucking mouse because of it. Because some guy came to the door and he was wearing a shirt that said Nordic Energy, and none of my energy companies are Nordic Energy, and he was talking about some bill and how I'm getting overcharged and I need to check my electric bill. So I like logged in real quick to check my electric bill, and there's no like, I don't even have a usage like analyzed yet. I don't have anything due yet because it hasn't been a month since my like electricity account was started. So there was like nothing there. So I'm like, dude, there's nothing there. But it seemed really fucking sketchy to me. And like, I don't know. Though he showed me an example of like a bill, and he's like, yeah, you can see these extra charges, but all of the things were zeros. So I don't know what he was trying to show me. Just started, it was annoying. And I was like, why the fuck is somebody knocking at my door right now? Like, I am not dressed for people. I was in fucking boxers and a cutoff. Like, I don't want people to see me. My hair was like, I wasn't touching my hair, so it was like wild behind my headphones. I don't know. Yeah, like it sounded like bullshit because I was like, what exactly is it? And he couldn't give me like an exact answer. And like the thing that I found really sketchy was like when I first opened the door, he asked me if my husband was on the lease or handled the electricity. And I was like, I don't have a husband. I didn't tell him I lived alone. I just said I don't have a husband. Like, oh my god, that's so annoying. I'm just next time I'm gonna tell him, go away. It doesn't sound legit, and like part of me worries because like obviously I've said before the doors to the building are sometimes left open so like the mailman can get in and out, so he had to have gotten in that way. But like if they mark down that I'm like a woman living alone, you know, for some reason, I don't want it. So I was like, yeah, I don't have a husband. And it's really fucking annoying when someone says that to me. It wasn't just like a one comment of like is the head of household here kind of like question. He was asking if my husband was like a leaseholder, and I just like looked at him, I'm like, and he kept like going like, does your husband have this? He never once said, are you the person on the bill? And I don't like that. That's really fucking annoying. Why do you assume that I can't have my bill myself? Like, I've seen my neighbors, and I don't think any of them are like in a couple. I think it's mostly single people who live here. Do you say that to men too? Is your wife a leaseholder? Is your husband here? Like, fuck off. Fuck off. But I don't ever want to tell them, like, no, I live alone, because you never know what they're gonna come back and do. I just said I don't have a husband. Which is probably bad enough, but still. It's annoying. It's misogynistic. Anyways. Yeah, I don't like people. Hate people. Don't make assumptions about my life. Okay. Yeah, and again, like, setting up the shelf was really fast. I didn't think I'd be able to do that before stream. I thought I was gonna have to do it on stream. And I thought setting up the second camera was gonna be a big deal, but it wasn't really a big deal. It only took a couple seconds. So, there's that. Also, I turned down the resolution for the cameras because I had it on 1920 by 1080, and I turned it down to 720, 1280 by 720. So, it actually made it look a little clearer in the cameras, so hopefully that's fixed. Oh, I forgot to ping the Discord. I don't know which one to do. If I should do Resident Evil or Observation Duty. Should keep that. My Twitch reset itself to light mode. Call the authorities. This is not okay. There we go. That's better. That's less abrasive. And part of me was like, well, maybe I should wait until I finished Observation Duty to start Resident Evil 2. I only bought it because I got both of the games, well, 3 of the games, for $15. Which if I bought them individually, I would have paid more. How I can't browse games. Well, that's what I was thinking was, if I finish Observation Duty and then start Resident Evil on Fridays, and then do something else for Thursdays, but now I don't have, like, an idea of what I would want to do for Thursday, so that's why I was like, we'll do, both this week, but I don't know which to do on which day. Because if I finish Observation Duty, if I do them both for a couple weeks and I finish Observation Duty before Resident Evil, then I'll just move Resident Evil to Fridays and then pick something else for Thursdays. But I don't know what to do. I don't think I'm quite halfway yet, because I didn't finish the museum. I was so close, and then the floaters got me. Seems like horror games are more popular on Fridays. I'm only sleeping. I know it's a game, but I also know that people fucking sleep on stream. I could never do that. What if I'm an ugly sleeper? Just play some of the rest of games. Well, I was gonna play, I was thinking about doing 6 after doing 7. Because that's the other one that's done by Dreamloop, but I don't think the earlier ones are. But I've been bugging to play Resident Evil 2 for a while. Well, play the series because I need to play 3, because 3 is the Nemesis one. And everybody asks me, since I have art of Nemesis, like I have a painting that I'm doing of Nemesis. So I should submit on a sleep stream? No! No! And then I have to have the conversation of, no, I've never actually played Resident Evil 3. I just like the movie. Because it's a terrible, it's like an objectively terrible movie. But like, I loved the Nemesis character in that. I loved the costume, the story of how it was Matt, and then he ends up like not killing her. I was gonna play 1 again to get like a reminder, I guess, to get refreshed on what happened, but I don't think it really affects it that much because it was just in the house. And I think the ones I got are the remastered ones. Is there coming back from a stream like that? You would be surprised the things that streamers come back from, man. There's so many people. I'm like, how do you still have a fucking career? My god. We can do Resident Evil. We'll keep observation duty. On Friday. And then if I finish that, I can just do 6, because I don't think 6 was very expensive either. Chair is a wildin'. I also have to wear my big fucking slippers, which I really need to replace because they're like really dirty. Which I don't even know how that happened, because like I was constantly wearing my slippers in the last place. I never like walked barefoot on the floor, but somehow the inside still got really dirty. And they're like too big. When I bought them, they would like fit me, but like once they got broken in, they like don't fit me anymore, and like I struggle to keep them on my feet. So I basically like scoot across the floor in them. So I really need to get other ones. I need to buy a small instead of a medium. Real quick. I also have another shelf coming next week, but it's like a shoe rack type shelf that I can put like my winter hats and scarves and all of that stuff on. So that will be there, but I also want to get at least one more of these pink ones. I love these. Disengage the sweat. Shoes. Yeah, but it was like, it's not like that kind of dirty. It's like they're like black inside. Like I stepped in something like black and then put my shoes on. But the only time I like walked on the floor was like to get out of the shower. It wasn't over time though. It was like within a week. It was disgusting. Like I totally get like them like turning like, because like the tops are kind of like grayish from wearing them every day instead of being white inside, but there are legitimate black footprints, and it was like a week after having them. I was so upset that they were destroyed so quickly because I was so excited when I got them. I'm looking for... Yeah, Observation Duty 6 is $11.99, not on sale, so I'll be able to do that. Yeah, being able to buy the stuff I need for stream. I mean, I probably could spend the $70 for a game, but I just am not at this time. Because I don't want to like do big purchases like that when I have to like buy furniture and stuff like that. Yeah, so we can do 6 after we do 7. That's kind of where I am in that, is like, I don't know. I might do that for like, I was gonna say I might do that for like Fairy Tail or something, but even the Fairy Tail game that I have, I don't think was worth $70. But I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. But it's like, it's a 5 GB game, so it's like the most you can do is, besides like the story and 100%ing everything, is DLC, which you still have to buy. Like outfits, you still have to buy. That's fair. But I am... I don't know. Like, something like Destiny, I understand because, like, or ESO even. Large game, lots to do, lots of different quests to go on, open world type things. Ooh, that resolution. Not good. No 3D audio? What? Something's wrong. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Is that? I think that's closer. That hurts my eyes to adjust between the two. I don't even think you guys can see that. Should I set that for... I'll adjust the resolution in a second. Since it's a little lighter on stream, we'll do... Or a little darker on stream. So the pattern is barely visible. Picture on the left disappears. Oh, I didn't even realize there was a picture on the left. Okay, I guess that's good. Oh my god. I'm gonna shut that off. I got a text now number because when I was trying to call the insurance place or whatever one of the days, my phone was like, well, I thought it was my phone that was fucking up and like making this awful skipping. So when I tried to input the numbers that I needed to input to get to the right directory or whatever, it wasn't accepting it because the connection was skipping. There we go. Oh no! There you go. That doesn't look right. I think it's windowed. Oh, okay, so when I tab out, it just adjusts. Okay. So I got like a text now number just for real quick so I could call from my other phone, which didn't have service at the time. Doesn't have service. Someone keeps calling me on that number, but when I answer, there's nobody there. And I left a voicemail, but there's nobody there. Is there anything else I need to adjust? Dynamic range large. I'm pretty sure I have an RENet account. I just don't know what it is. Normal outfits. 90. Keep the normal office for now. After a few days of radio silence from his new post, Leon S. Kennedy drives to Raccoon City to scope things out. Unbeknownst to him, nightmare awaits. A different nightmare awaits Claire Redfield, who is unaware of how drastically her very ordinary life is about to change. Who did I play? I think I played Jill in the first one. Is there... see. Resident Evil 1? I remember a good portion of it, which is surprising because there was a lot that I don't remember during that time, but I was actually trying to manage my alcoholism at that time, so I remember a little bit. Like, I remember Amnesia pretty good, and I played this around the same time. But, like, when I did, like, Dead Space, I kind of remember. I forget which one I completely blacked out of my mind. Alpha Squad, Jill and Chris are sent to locate missing team members while their mutated dogs cause them to flee into a supposedly abandoned mansion. Yeah, it was only in the mansion. Ah, yes. Traps and puzzles inside the mansion. Mm-hmm. Zombies. Mm-hmm. Tyrant? I don't remember Tyrant. I remember that the mansion had safe rooms. Gaming lore. Let's see. If there's anything on here that'll expose me. Like, fuck Destiny, goddamn. I logged out of my real account. My computer no longer has my name on it. Window capture? I need audio. It says game audio, so I don't know if this will work.
Welcome to Lore Drop, right here at Eligible Monster.
Holy
We started
shit.
this channel off by bringing you lore to some of your favorite video games and explaining some of the concepts in your favorite
Should we
video
get-
games that were a little more difficult to understand or you just wanted more clarification on. Since a lot of our original videos are from 5 years ago and most of those series have had new games and their lore has been retconned, changed, or just more things have been added, we thought about bringing back Lore Drop for some newer games, but also revisiting some of the older games with a new format, a method that
It's
will
only 9
explain what
minutes, so.
happened in the games, but maybe deep dive into some of your favorite lore elements. Give you like a glancing over of the whole thing while explaining
Fallout.
things a little bit better that you may not have understood so well. Resident Evil is a series that has been a fan favorite game series since first coming out back in March of 1996 on the PlayStation 1, spanning all the way up to the current generation consoles with the release of Resident Evil 7. There have been many
Ooh.
adaptations to the horror series coming in the form of books, movies, and even card games. But while many people can argue over which entry of the games are the best entry, we'll be taking a look at where it all started today with
Resident Evil
1.
Apocalypse.
And unlike our original video, I won't be
That's the
using
best
a
one.
weird voice or anything along those lines, and I hope to help you understand the elements of Resident Evil 1 a little bit better so you can enjoy
okay.
more of the Resident Evil games that are coming out, including
Cheeseburger
a
with no
remake
cheese.
of Resident Evil 2, which hasn't actually come out as of the time.
That's actually funny because when I was a child and like finally got to the age where I could order for myself, like I don't know, like 3 or whatever, I would ask the cashier for a cheeseburger with no cheese, and they're like, "You mean a hamburger?" And I was like, "No, I want a cheeseburger with no cheese." Fitting.
I'm making this video. Now, the game was originally set on July 24th, 1998, and it takes place just outside of the Midwestern town of Raccoon City, where a string of bizarre murders have been taking place. People have made reports that they have seen
That's funny because in 1980 I would have been like 5, so I probably would have been ordering my cheeseburgers.
groups of people attacking families and then eating them. As the claims have begun to pile up, Raccoon City
Ow.
Police Department has sent out an elite team known as STARS, which stands for the Special Tactics and Rescue Service, to investigate. Now, STARS was a local police special forces unit compiled of hand-picked operatives from ex-military all the way to academic civilians suited for positions across the police department. The goal of
Academic
STARS was to be
civilian.
used as a unit to fight back against terrorism as well as deal with a rise in urban crime in the surrounding areas, led by Police Chief Brian Irons. After contact was lost with the first group, Bravo Team, the second group, Alpha Team, was sent in to figure out what had happened to the original team. Leading Alpha Team was Commanding Officer Albert
Wouldn't
Wesker.
Alpha be
Remember
first
that name,
and then
as he's going to
Bravo?
come up
That's
quite
just
a bit in this entire franchise. With them was
Antichrist.
Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, 2 other individuals that will come up quite a bit, Barry Burton and Joseph Frost. While searching the forest that is northwest of Raccoon City, Alpha Team does manage to locate Bravo Team's downed helicopter, and after they take a closer look, they discover no survivors. But before the team could gather any more information, they're attacked by a pack of grotesque and mutated dogs, forcing everyone to flee. The Alpha Team pilot, Brad Vickers, panics and runs off on his own, and everyone else begins to take shelter
Why?
in a nearby abandoned mansion. Now, the unique feature in Resident Evil was having the choice between picking the story between
Yes, I purchased Resident Evil 2 and 3 as part of a pack, so we have the next couple in the series. I'm just recapping Resident Evil 1 because I'm not going to play it again because I just uploaded my playthrough to YouTube, so it doesn't really make sense. But yeah, I've been wanting to play 3 for a while, but I just want to play them in order. We're getting to Nemesis. That's our goal right now.
Jill and Chris, each having their own routes and obstacles, something that's not
Pretty
too
sure I played
unique in
Jill.
today's gaming age. Jill would start with an extra inventory and a lockpick, while Chris had access to better weapons and was able to take more hits. Depending on which character role you chose, there are slight changes in how the story is told and who
Yeah.
is met up with along the way, but they both result in the same overall plot.
The
As the
herb,
characters
okay,
begin to
I remember
progress
that.
in the storyline, the team split up to try and find clues in the mansion that may help them with their case
Oh,
of the missing
yeah.
stars, members of Bravo Team. As each character begins to move through the early parts of the mansion, they encounter
I'm
a
so
dead
scared
body
already.
with what seems like a zombie eating it. Regardless of who is chosen, once the zombie is dealt with, the player will then find themselves split up from the other members of their group and forced to search for them on their own. If Jill was your chosen character, after the zombie was attacked, you would hear one of Barry's famous quotes to Jill as they split up to look for Wesker. He hands her a lockpick, telling her, "Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you. The very first Resident Evil game was never known for its amazing voice acting talent. At this point, depending on the characters that you've selected, the player would then begin to explore different parts of the mansion, both trying to reach the same goal. As Chris, the player would eventually run into Bravo team member Richard Aiken, who was injured and being tended to by Bravo team's new recruit, Rebecca Chambers. Now, timeline-wise, shortly before this, Rebecca's own sort of prequel game, Resident Evil 0, will take place. We'll cover that game at a later date, though. As of the time of Resident Evil 1 coming out, there was no idea that there would even be a Rebecca Chambers game ever. While Rebecca's trying to help Richard, she explains that Richard has been bitten by a large poisonous snake, and if they don't treat Richard soon, he will die from the toxin. Here, if the player is fast enough, they can run to a certain part of the mansion that contained the cure and return it, actually saving Richard, but he still ends up dying anyway. Around this time, if you're Jill, she starts to uncover some information that people may have been held as prisoners to be experimented on in the mansion by a man known as Sir Spencer. At this point in the game, not much is known about Sir Spencer, but we will later learn that he is Oswell E. Spencer, a virologist and a eugenicist. He became one of the founding members of Umbrella Pharmaceuticals, later to become known as Umbrella Corporation, the recurring villain for most of the early games in this franchise. With plenty of financial backing and an idea of wanting to become a god, Spencer started to experiment on people with the progenitor virus. Soon after, the progenitor virus will serve as a catalyst to become the bioterrorist agent known as the T-virus. The virus infecting people and changing them into zombies. Regardless of who deals with the giant snake that attacked Richard, Jill continues her investigation and walks by a room where she hears Barry talking to someone.
I don't remember a giant snake either.
Wesker, and he's telling Barry about his mission to destroy the STARS team. And Barry,
I'm still questioning if I should play the first one again.
Trying to listen, she can't fully understand what's being said and soon enters the room. Looking around, not knowing Wesker was just there, she just assumes Barry was talking to himself and becomes slightly worried about him. Later, the player continues to explore and finds a hidden cave system, and in it, Bravo team commander Aurico has been previously injured. He warns the player that there is a traitor amongst their STARS unit, planted by the Umbrella Corporation to betray them if the time ever came. But before he could go into further detail, he's shot by an unseen person and unable to finish stating who it was that might be the traitor. You know, it's a horror game, so they're going with horror tropes. You never learn who it is until they're messing with you. As the player moves into the secret underground laboratory complex, they learn more about who the Umbrella Corporation is and how it's heavily involved in their mission. The Umbrella Corporation wasn't just involved in pharmaceuticals. They're a conglomeration of subsidiaries in
I don't remember any of this.
industries. Though they have a large influence over the pharmaceutical market, they've also developed chemical and consumer cosmetics and even industrial machines. Obviously, the goal of having such a far reach in so many industries was to help cover up their illegal activities. While Chris runs into Rebecca again, Jill learns the secret that Enrico was trying to tell the player. The person that was planted within their ranks and assigned to this facility was Albert Wesker. As Jill processes this disturbing information, she rushes out to try and find Wesker to make him answer for his crimes. However, not long after leaving, Jill is stopped and held at gunpoint by Barry under direct orders from Wesker himself. Barry forces Jill into another room where she's met face to face by Wesker, and he tells her that she should not have any ill will towards Barry. Barry was merely doing his bidding because the Burton family is currently being held hostage. Wesker then explains his role within Umbrella and their goal of activating something called the Tyrant Program. Tyrant was a monster designed specifically to hunt down and kill any living STARS members until there was none left. While Wesker begins to start the program, Barry finally builds up the courage to go against Wesker's orders, shooting him. He quickly runs over to Jill, telling her that he's so sorry for all of this. However, what he doesn't see is that Wesker is still managing to activate the Tyrant. Just then, a massive humanoid creature bursts out of its test tube, running straight for Barry. However, just before Barry can attack, it suddenly stops and changes its mind and kills Wesker first. As Jill and Barry escape, they run into Chris and Rebecca, who on their own learned that Wesker had betrayed them. Once the four eventually meet up, they activate the facility's self-destruct system as they begin to leave, and just as they do, they receive an incoming message from Brad Vickers, who says that he's currently low on fuel and he's going to have to be leaving soon. While Rebecca splits off to activate the countdown, Chris, Jill, and Barry are stopped by the Tyrant, who bursts out from beneath the helipad. Brad begins to panic, wanting to leave, but seeing everyone fighting against the Tyrant, he decides he needs to help, shifting the helicopter and dropping a rocket launcher from its side. As the player uses the rocket launcher to finally stop the Tyrant, Brad lands to pick up the four of them and escape the mansion, returning safely back to Raccoon City. Now, there's tons of little bits here and there that are scattered throughout the game to go much, much deeper into its lore, but this is the core story with the important bits further explained for this moment. The series would continue on for many more games and even have a
I remember the mansion clearly
more about Umbrella and Wesker's involvement, and we will be covering that, don't worry. The next game in the series we'll be looking at will take place in Raccoon City itself, being played by either the rookie cop Leon S. Kennedy or Chris Redfield's sister Claire. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date as to what we're doing over here at Eligible Monster, getting a hold of all of our podcasts, our gameplay, and our lore drops. I hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, there's Eligible Monster gaming lore. Not that they need mine. So let's see. Let's go to my channel. Resident Evil Part 3, Part 4, Part 5, Part 6. I think that's the last one. Oh, God!
Wesker.
I did! Cairo is so cute.
What am I missing?
Sleeping on the chair. They didn't mention the bugs in the recap.
She gets random bursts of energy.
Do you switch in that? Or did I play Chris the whole time?
Her face is better. Kuma, welcome to the stream. How you doing? This better fucking. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get it. A fucking team, but that's fine.
What did I say?
Future.
I uploaded not too long ago. I think it was when I was playing through Alien. I found that I still had the whole Resident Evil playthrough, so I uploaded it.
I'll take care of them.
What?
Chris, you just get in contact with Brad somehow.
Okay.
Okay.
I was about to say.
Choice
Okay.
of your life, whatever. I don't. Whatever.
I have to play with the controller.
We're supposed to be a fucking team, but that's fine.
That's what I said. We're supposed to be a fucking team, but that's fine.
I like that he
Sounds
holds
like
his gun
me.
like that in the elevator. He's just always ready.
This would be the tyrant then.
Signal rockets? Yeah. Yes, I will.
I had no idea. That's anticlimactic.
It's not her. It's not her. It is her. Okay.
Okay.
But she didn't do it. You the man, Chris. That was achievement. Achievement. I don't know. Did I just say achievement? I don't.
Did
I don't know how to pronounce things anymore.
did that just not happen for me?
Achievement?
The fuck? Didn't it say in the video that's what it was supposed to happen before you got on the helicopter? Why didn't I blow him up?
I did it! going towards the elevator? Shit. No, what is that? What is that? I don't know what it is. I'm gonna eat this plant.
I don't remember.
It's been a long time I okay, I feel you. Oh wait, there was something in that room. Sorry, Joe, we're gonna have to go back down the stairs. Ian Birkin. Here's that. Trust it. I heard noises.
Did I not kill the tyrant? Is this gonna come back on me later?
Is she sleeping?
I want to check my achievements
Waiting
too.
for the next cutscene. Oh, that's the elevator.
Just ran into the wall for a good minute.
It's been her favorite place to nap. The point of this was like sit on the stool and stand while I stream, and then like afterwards I'll sit in my chair. Only afterwards she's sleeping there, so I just have to sit on the stool all the time now. My
Fuck,
ass
dude.
Here.
Big bugs. Did I do something wrong? Let's see. Resident Evil. Finish the game using Chris. What? Maybe Crimson Head. I have not used Jill. I don't know. Finish the game without saving anyone using Jill. Yeah, the reason I didn't want to is because so like I think that was this is the new. So it was like 1 month ago that I uploaded the Resident Evil, so it would just be like this and then it'd be Resident Evil again. But I guess it kind of makes sense if I do it with a different character, so I might switch and do Resident Evil 1 instead of 2 today. Because I don't remember any of that. I don't remember getting the ending that they said. Apparently didn't play.
Clearly.
I don't remember anything after the mansion. Ah!
south, wolf of north. That's the same.
Yeah, I played Chris. Why do I not? Why do I remember playing Jill? Isn't the clip that I have of Jill? That's when I started Spooky Sleepover. Because the book, I used to change the book title for every stream.
Nice. Oh, it's Y. It's always Y. God, I hear
I
it.
still use the same playlist. It's been like 5 years.
They're all locked. I'm gonna open that door.
Yeah, see, I was Jill first.
That
What?
might be me just making it worse, but for right now, I don't care. Oh my god. There's an inscription on the shield. Death is no.
That is a terrifying image. Oh my god. So there's a point that you switch. Okay, so Jill Labs. So how do I finish the game with Jill then? Doesn't need all files included. Enter a cutscene with the tyrant. This is chances of nitro explosion. Yeah, I didn't save anyone. I didn't realize that you could. So there's a lot of achievements of like, save this person, get out with the team. Oops. Okay. Let's disable that. Okay, I'm going to switch it, but I have to now I have to end the stream because of that. Can't close this. No, because they're still on their way. Okay, I'll have to reload. I also have to install Resident Evil, so. I can't leave! I seriously can't exit. I broke it. Alright. I will be right back. I just gotta restart.